Today I'm going to talk about something interesting. There's a difference between a hustler and an entrepreneur. A lot of people call me a hustler and they think they know me as a hustler, but my old days of being a hustler are over. They've been over 3 years ago. So stop calling me that. I'm now officially an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur officially for 2 years. I stopped hustling. Although I can still connect deals and do all of that, that doesn't mean I'm a hustler. The difference between an entrepreneur and a hustler, being a former hustler, is that with hustling, my definition of hustling is different from other people's definition of hustling. So I'm going to give you a definition of my hustling because other people have a different interpretation of what a hustler is. Me being a black person, also, you do have those stereotypes and what you think a hustler is. So my definition of hustler is totally different from whatever you're thinking. As a hustler, what I mean is that you don't have a sustainable business model. Let's say it's selling snapbacks. Today, I realized that I could make money from selling snapbacks. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing it just to make money for now. I'm not thinking, what am I going to do 3 to 5 years from now? And then when I realize, selling snapbacks, there are like 600 people doing it, I don't think it's going to be profitable anymore. I jump onto something else, like maybe selling jackets. And then when I start selling jackets, I realize, this market is not really working out. There's like 600 people working on it. The market is saturated already. I didn't do my market research well, so this is not working. I'm gonna start selling computers. You keep on jumping from one business to another. Trust me, there's nothing wrong from jumping from one business to another if you're trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work. But as a hustler, I was just jumping from one business to another because I was looking for a quick way to make money. And the quick way to make money is expensive at the end of the day because I'm not building anything sustainable. I'm not because if you start doing something, it's not all about the money. The process of just learning how to do something new, that's important. That's a lot of information and a lot of data that you gather. So the moment you jump out and start doing something new, you're losing out on all that. You don't really lose out on that information. For lack of a better word, I'm just going to say, you're going to lose out on all this information that you get. Although it can be transitional, although it can be used in another industry, but most of the time, this information that you get from selling laptops, it's not really going to work with the information or data that you're going to get on selling jackets or selling snapbacks. It's going to be different. So the difference between a hustler also and an entrepreneur is that if you're a hustler, if you don't see money in a space, you're getting right out of it. You're just gonna get into something. You don't think so. So me as an entrepreneur, here's what I do, right? We do have one business. We haven't been making money. By making money, we were making money, but we're not profitable. By not profitable is that all the money that we're making. So some we're making losses. How do I turn this profitable? Okay, this might sound funny. I'm not really explaining it well. Some of the activities that we did, we made money, but that money we reinvested it back into the other activities that we're doing in the business. So at the end of the day, we couldn't recoup anything for our own pockets. So we've been doing that business for a year, and we haven't made any money for ourselves to put in our pockets. So the money that we made, it's either we reinvested in the business or we took projects that we knew that we're going to break even or make a loss. But our intention is that we want to grow our brand and to grow our business as well. So we know in the next 3 to 5 years, our business is going to be somewhere. We've managed to build our brand and we've managed to bring so much value to the people. And now we're going to get a point where we're going to be making money, right? But if you're a hustler, right, it's like, I'm not making money in this space. In my old days, if I realize there's no money in this space, I'm just bringing value to the marketplace. What is it doing for my pocket? Nothing. So as a hustler, I'm short-sighted, right? But when I become an entrepreneur, I become long-sighted. Okay, I could see myself in the next 5 years making money because I'm bringing so much value to these people in this market. And even if I don't make any money in the next 5 years, the market if I continue with this market, right, I've gained a lot of data and I've gained a lot of information and I've created a lot of relationships. I've networked with a lot of people that I wouldn't have networked with if I just got out of the market the first year that I realized there was no money in it. But now people tend to, if you're a hustler, you tend to value money more than you value relationships are much more than relationships are much more important than money, believe it or not. My fellow hustlers would disagree, since they're watching this. I'm no longer part of you. I'm not an entrepreneur. So yeah, so I'm just gonna let you know, relationships are much more expensive than any amount of money that you can make building customer relationships also. So I'm just saying the same thing in a different way, because when I was talking about relationships, you can break it down from customer relationships to, to relationships with people in the same industry as well, which is kind of goes back into like networking with the people in that industry. And from that network with those people in that industry, you don't know where those relationships will lead to some other partnerships and some other things. But if you're a hustler, you can't go that far. You're not that long-sighted to think about that, the benefits that you're going to reap off, 5 years later. As I said, you cannot make money 5 years from later, but the context that you created from this business, you might take those contexts into this new business, and it will help you with your other new business. So right now, I feel like we have a lot of people that think they're entrepreneurs, but they're really not. They're hustlers. So you need to start to be a hustler. You need to be an entrepreneur. You need to figure out a way that you can bring value to the marketplace. Yeah, you want to get paid at a certain point in time, but your primary focus will be when you first start is to bring as much value as you can to the people. And I feel like when people get into businesses, they're not told, like, we used to, if you have a job, right? You have a job. If you work, you get paid. So we get into entrepreneurship with the mindset that, okay, I'm going to get paid after work. It doesn't work that way. As I said, I haven't been paid in a year with this business that I'm working on, but I know that in the next 5 years, I'm going to get paid, whether it's going to be paid in monetary terms, or I'm gonna get paid with the information that I've learned a lot from that business, more than any businesses that have paid me. That business that have paid me a lot compared to what I'm doing now. But from that process of just not getting paid, I just learned a lot of information from that business, man. And I continue to learning, and it's a great, interesting journey that I'm on with that business. And it's really exciting, and I'm actually excited about that business more than my other businesses that pays me something. But this business that doesn't even pay me nothing, that pays me nothing at all, I'm really excited and happy to be in that space. And so this video was just to try to give you the differences between an entrepreneur and a hustler. And I'm trying to get people to be more on the entrepreneurship side. It's good to hustle, it's good to hustle, get that dollar here and there, pay the bills, help the family around, but it's not sustainable. How long are you going to be a hustler? We want to create generational wealth. We want to create businesses that we're going to leave for our children. We want to create businesses that we want to leave for our grandchildren. We want to create business that we want to leave for our great grandchildren. If we're hustlers, I don't think we can leave those type of businesses for our kids. So yeah, so that's the video for today. And as I always say, the more entrepreneurs you have, the less problems you have, the more happy we are, because you have a lot of problem solvers. So not a lot of people are going to be having problems. So thank you for watching, and I hope we get to do this some other time. And you can subscribe. If you don't want to, don't subscribe. I'm not really worried about subscribers. I want you to take action on if you have a business idea, take action, execute it, be confident. No one is going to take that action for you unless you do. No one is going to push you into it. You need to push yourself into it. I can do so much. I'll just give you this valuable information, but you, on the other hand, you're responsible for using this valuable information by taking action and making sure that you're doing things that are going to create massive wealth for you and massive wealth for everybody. It's not always about creating wealth, but creating value for people around you. So yeah, so that's about it. And I also have a podcast called Making It in Africa. I do have entrepreneurs coming in to talk about their life journeys and their experiences as entrepreneurs. It might help you to figure out how you can structure your deals, how you can structure your businesses, and all of those things. So please do check it out. Available on all platforms, from Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify.